Hello guys, and welcome to Ride VIP, the rideshare channel. My name is Serge, and today's video I just want to talk to you guys a little bit more about ride sharing and what's been happening as of late, some of the stuff that I'm working on, and why am I doing things the way that I'm doing. So let's begin. So basically, when I first rented this Tesla that you see me rent, I was driving only in I was just accepting all of the rides because I did not want to be kicked off the platform again, as I was from Lyft, for somebody just making something up. But it wasn't because I was cherry picking or anything, but then I kind of still realized, because I mean, I know this, right? We're contractors after all, and we can choose what we want to do and what's profitable for us, versus just doing whatever they throw at us. But what I've been noticing recently is that even though I have a comfort eligible car, basically being a Tesla, nobody's really getting comfort. And at the times that I did get comfort, it paid right around $1 a mile, so it wasn't really paying a comfort price to begin with. So I think part of the problem is that the pay is no longer based on the type of vehicle that you have. Certainly you can have a comfort car, and possibly in let's say at times of surge, that comfort will cost a whole lot more, right? But at times of surge, UberX will cost you a lot of money too. So that's really not even based on what kind of car you have. It's just economy car, and you could be paying the comfort price easily. I've talked to different riders, and I'm sure you have as well. Sometimes just to go I'd say 20 miles, it'd be $70. That's quite a bit. That's probably a lot more than some taxis are charging, just because of supply and demand. Everybody's ordering these rides, and the price is just kind of crazy. Of course, we're not seeing that price tag, and I'm not sure why that is. I think maybe Uber and Lyft, they decide to just keep most of the money, because now we can't really see what the rider is paying, so they end up just keeping it. And there's a lot of gimmicky things that I've talked about before, but I'm gonna point them out again, like that zero emissions incentive of $1. That's pretty much non-existent, because they just price it in and just make that fare look like it's covering it. But realistically speaking, if you don't have that zero emission incentive, you're expecting to get that price at the very least, because even with these offers, it's still not even $1 per mile for some of these UberX type of rides. So by cherry picking, we're deciding how much we're going to get paid for those specific rides. And I've been noticing more often than not, cherry pick is actually working. I did think it was not working because I tried it before, but I think everything's constantly changing. So maybe depending on the time of the day you work, the season, everything comes into account. And sometimes you cherry pick and you waste lots of time. You're not even getting anything because you don't even have no offers. So what are you going to cherry pick? You can't really cherry pick at that point, unless it's the weekend or whatever. But busy season, you could definitely cherry pick, or you could cherry pick on the weekends. So I started cherry picking on a Friday. Still did not make as much money, but it's okay. I'm seeing that it is working according to what I'm accepting. Overall, I'm getting about $20, let's say for 40 miles. And while that's not the best, but 2 rides like that will still equate to about $30 an hour. And why is that important? Well, I notice if I accept everything, somehow they're keeping me at $20.50 per hour, or sometimes $19 per hour. And I've talked to some drivers, it's $15. So I think they could hold, Uber and Lyft, through the power of AI, they can control your pay. If you just end up taking everything that they throw at you, they can adjust each ride, not based on how much that ride is paying, but how much they feel they should pay you or think they should pay you. Well, actually, nobody's really feeling or thinking anything. They already put that into the system, and it's probably like, oh, he made $20. Let's slow him down some before he gets to 25. Let's just continue. Let's make rides a slightly cheaper now for him and slightly more, and then they'll keep it right at like $20, like whatever they decide. But if we're cherry picking, then we're deciding how much we're getting for that same time. And I've been cherry picking now for the second day in the Tesla since I rented it 3 days ago. This is my 4th day actually working, and I'm noticing that when I'm cherry picking, it's actually working, and I'm able to get $30 an hour or more, just because I'm looking at the time that it takes me to the job versus looking at the mileage. Because I think if you look at the mileage, it may or may not pan out for you depending on how things are. But if I'm looking and I'm like, I'm gonna get like $15 for 30 minutes, I'm like, okay, well, that equates to $30 an hour. Also, I am starting to notice, according to the actual time that it takes, I'm noticing that accepting more expensive trips is actually better, because a lot of short trips, they end up to a lot of time wasted. Just imagine yourself, you're pulling up to pick up a person, they're not even there. You're waiting for them for 5 minutes, or like, you know, I guess not more than that, right? You probably cancel at that point and collect your cancellation fee. But you're waiting. And each time you take a short ride, it's a given that you're going to lose that 5 minutes by waiting on them. And sometimes you get some clients that can barely walk, and they got a wheelchair, and they got all these bags. So just getting them out of your car could take 5 minutes easily. And I already had some of those. And I really don't like those type of rides, but hey, what can I say? I mean, I guess we could always cancel if that's the case. But some of that stuff is just not worth it. You're probably just better off just canceling, you know. Like when I had a trip yesterday to the bar, and I came out and I've seen some girls walking, right? I thought about just driving off and just canceling, because I knew trouble is coming. And I think once I get my own Tesla, guys, if I see stuff like that, like if I see there somebody's barely walking, not even gonna take the chance. I'm just gonna pull off, right? And see if they're like looking for me or something. If that's like my car, they call me, whatever, I'm just gonna like basically say that something came up, I gotta go, blah blah blah, you know. Because sometimes we just got to look out for ourselves, because nobody else is going to look out for ourselves. As you noticed probably recently, or even for a while now, you've been getting a lot of trips from hospitals. And some of those patients, well, first of all, some of them, they're like so old, right? To where they don't know where they are. They don't know what's going on. They don't know where they're going. They don't know anything. So you pick up people like that, and then you're kind of screwed a little bit. Or they can't walk, and they can't get in your car, and they're stumbling. I had a guy yesterday without no leg, and the ride was only paying me $6, and this was before I started cherry picking. And I'm like, why did I take this? First of all, it took him, I'm serious, first of all, like I arrived, it took him 8 minutes to get into the car. And I didn't know this until I've seen the counter. It already was charging for the last like 3 minutes. And I could also tell like somehow he feels entitled because
New
he got this
message
leg
from
situation.
Valentino. The gate code is number
What I
0000.
I just pulled up to like this rich community. He's got a gate code. This is a bunch of zeros. Well, Okay, let's keep going. This is a very nice gated community. But anyways, this guy was like, yeah, no, throw this bag away. Yeah, take this to the trash. And like literally, I'm picking up trash after him. He's got all these bags. We're trashing. I'm thinking like, oh my gosh. Like by the time I get into the Tesla, this gate's already closed. I gotta put it. Like, are you serious? I hung at the gate because last time I did that, and the gate actually opened. And they put the code so far away from the actual gate, like literally, like it's probably like 100 feet. Okay, let's try this again. Because at least with the rental, because there's no app, it doesn't immediately recognize me that I'm in the car. I gotta do the card all the time. Gotta pull it out of the pocket. Each time you step out, it's kind of like you gotta start the car all over. But anyways, this man was like having me throw his trash away when I'm thinking like, why didn't he take care of that to begin with? He was standing by the trash. He had all these bags with him as well. Apparently I picked up a bomb by the gas station. Like no leg above his knee, right? And he told me on the way he's got no place to live and he's trying to get his ID and trying to get the shelter. Like sometimes we have to deal with that as well. But the thing is, that's not like a hospital type of thing. But I just want to explain to you guys, sometimes we get this kind of passengers. And I said, do you need any help? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna do laundry. I said, no. I said, it's not what I meant. Like, I could help you get in the car. I could put your wheelchair away, because he sort of had like this little foldable wheelchair, and I folded it. Like, it did not want to fit in the Tesla trunk, guys. I literally had to put the seat down because the wheels of it or something was just like, you know. But anyways, that was that. But I gotta go now. Take care, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.